Hello, and welcome to the FSU Federal Work Study Training. My name is Jennifer Hall, and I am the Assistant Director of Federal Work Study and Loans, along with my coordinator, Ms. Jean Mills. Thank you for taking the time to attend our training session today, as we have a lot of new and exciting improvements to discuss. Federal Work Study. Federal Work Study is an employment program that provides students with demonstrated financial need the opportunity to work while attending college. FWS provides employers with financial support to help pay wages. FWS pays a percentage of the student's wages, 75% from work-study funds, 25% from school funds.
Federal allocation. Beginning from 2016 till current aid year of 21-22, as you can see, we have received an allocation each year of roughly between $1.5 to $2 million up to $2.5 million. This last year it was a little bit less at $2.4 million, but this year, the 22-23 aid year, we're expecting for it to be increased. Number of students employed through the FWS program. From 2016 to current aid year 21-22, as you can see, the range of students employed through our program has varied widely due mainly to COVID. Last year, 21-22, we were down a little bit, but this next coming up year, 22-23, we expect to have a big increase in the number of students that will be eligible to participate in our program. Policies. Both undergraduate and graduate students are required to have completed the financial aid process and be awarded. Must have unmet financial need determined by the FAFSA to review eligibility for the work-study program. Student must be enrolled in at least 6 credit hours and making satisfactory academic progress. Scheduled hours are not to exceed 28 hours per week, Friday through Thursday. On average, most students work between 12 to 15 hours per week. Students may work only one FWS job at a time. The student may have more than one type of job on campus, for example, FWS and OPS, but the combined hours appointed and work cannot exceed 28 hours per week, Friday through Thursday. A dual compensation form is required if positions are within different departments. Rate of pay should be based on responsibilities and experience. Florida minimum wage starts at $11 an hour, effective 9/30/22. FWS processing timeline. Students complete the FAFSA at studentaid.gov and select that they are interested in federal work study starting in October of 2021. The Office of Financial Aid awards. Initial packaging starts in March 2022 and ongoing. Students accept awards March 2022 and ongoing. Department creates job openings beginning May 2022 for fall semester in the updated each semester that new hires are needed. FWS processing timeline continued. Students apply for jobs beginning June of 2022 for fall semester. Department reviews applications, interviews, and hires students starting in June of 2022 and continuing through the fall semester. Department submits job offer or electronic personnel action (EPATH) beginning June of 2022 and continuing through the fall semester. The Office of Financial Aid completes FWS hiring process June of 2022 and ongoing until the job listing is closed.
Create job listing. In order to create a job listing, you must be logged into OmniHR and have the FSU_SS_manager role. Complete fields on the primary job opening information tab as demonstrated below, selecting the appropriate federal work study job family an appropriate job code. Enter the department number and recruiting location. Leave the position number blank. Next, the job posting title should be updated to something more specific and meaningful for the FWS applicants while keeping AFWS or ACSL in the title. Click Continue once complete. Job Information tab. If the same job posting will be used to fill more than one opening, the target openings and available openings should be adjusted to reflect the number of hires needed. However, the jobs must be identical to use this feature. If the duties differ, create another job opening. Otherwise, the only entry needed on this page is location. Enter the location ID for the office location of where the work will be performed. Please answer the additional job specifications of the Background Check Questionnaire tab based on the job description. Part 1. Outside documents to replace or satisfy FSU background check. Part 2. Level 2 background check required duties. Part 3. Standard background check required duties. Part 4. Additional questions. Job Posting tab. Below is the required fields about the job listing, as it will be displayed to the applicants on the FWS job site. Select and enter information for each description type that you want displayed to the applicant. The required fields are as follows: departments, responsibilities, qualifications, schedule, contact information, criminal background check if required, how to apply, tobacco-free campus, equal employment opportunity. As you can see, the descriptions marked with an asterisk indicate a template must be chosen from the drop-down menu to populate standard language. Do not alter the standard language. Note, the visibility must be set to internal only for all descriptions on the FWS job listing. Relative open date can be left at 0 upon approval. Positions should be advertised for a minimum of 7 days. However, the job listing can be advertised as long as needed. Do not enter a 01/01/999 date. After all posting information is entered, complete the job posting destination information section at the bottom of this same tab. Delete the external posting by selecting the trash can icon. Under the destination type, select Federal Work Study Site and posting type internal posting, then save. Hiring Team tab. Under Recruiters, select Add Recruiting Team and check the box next to the FWS Recruiters, OFA staff. Check Primary Recruiter, Jennifer Hall. Add the appropriate employees to the interview panel hiring. Add supervisors who need to view the applications here. Hiring Process Representative, indicate HR rep. Hiring Authority is optional. Pre-screening tab. All necessary information will default in. No entries are required by user. Submit job opening for approval. Hit Save and Submit and the job opening will be routed for approval. Approvals tab will display showing where the job opening is routed. The FWS recruiter will review the job posting. If all required fields are complete, posting will be approved. If corrections are needed, the FWS recruiter will contact the department for any necessary changes. Once approved, the originating department will receive an email confirmation that the listing is approved. Hiring department reviews applications. Search job openings. Users must be listed on the hiring team field to have access to view the applications. Click HR, Recruitment, search job openings, enter the appropriate job opening ID number or other criteria, and click Search. Review the applicants that show on the Applied tab, as these are the individuals that pass the pre-screening questionnaire and are eligible for consideration. The Reject tab shows any applicants that failed the pre-screening because they indicated they were not eligible for FWS. Click the application icon to view all application details, as well as any resume and/or other attachments, including the FWS authorization form, which the FWS applicant is required to include as proof of eligibility. To view just the applicant's resume, if included, click the resume shortcut icon. When viewing the application, verify that the FWS authorization form is attached. Note the preferred contact method when contacting an applicant for an interview. The pencil icon next to any work experience entry can be used to view details of the job responsibilities, etc. The print icon can be found in the print column, can be used to individually generate the details of the application in PDF format, along with any attachments that the applicant submitted. Students' view of the Work-Study job portal. Overview. FSU, HR, and FWS online job opening. Department HR rep creates and submits position, job opening, and integrated background check requirement. Upon FWS recruiter approval, the job opening becomes available for students to view immediately. Student must accept their work-study award prior to viewing the job openings. After departments review applicants, they should contact student for an interview and hire. Think about interviewing by phone, Teams, Zoom to get the process going before the student arrives on campus. Overview continued. Reasons a student is not able to view or accept FWS award. Has outstanding financial aid documents, is not making SAP, which makes the student ineligible to participate in the work-study program, has not accepted award, or is no longer eligible due to a change in financial aid package, cancellation, or not enrolled in 6 credit hours.
Candidate selection, ready to hire. Final step once the candidate has been selected. You will need to review the background check requirements for the position on the job opening. For more information, please refer to the link below. If a background check is required, please complete a request form using the Background Checks Forms portal to initiate the appropriate background check. The link is included. Once you have received an email from Human Resources that the candidate has been approved for hire, an offer of employment can be made.
Now we will discuss the different types of workflows in the appointment matrix. Currently indicated on the screen is the workflow for a new hire. A new hire must not have a job record in Omni, so you would need to create a new job listing. You would need to review and select the candidate. Once the candidate has been selected, then you would complete the authorization form. The student will complete the eWizard. Then you would get a copy of the student's Social Security card and loyalty oath. Complete the I-9. Then you would also need a copy of approved dual compensation form if the job is in a different department. Submit hiring documents through the eWizard process, and then you would prepare and submit a job offer. This is the workflow for a continuing employee. A continuing employee within your department. You would then need to do a completed work-study authorization form and attach it to an ePath, as well as a copy of the approved dual compensation form if job is in a different department. Then you would verify the I-9 is still active and submit an e-path. This is the workflow for a rehire. For a rehire, you need to create and apply to a FWS opening. You have two different scenarios here. The first one is terminated in Omni for less than 30 days. Then you would complete the FWS authorization form, complete Section 3 of the I-9 or a new I-9, attach a copy of the approved dual compensation if job is in a different department, attach documents to the job offer, and prepare and submit job offer. The second scenario is terminated in Omni more than 30 days. You would complete the FWS authorization form. The hiring department completed FWS candidate by the wizard process. You would get a copy of the Social Security card and the loyalty oath. You would then complete Section 3 of the I-9 or a new I-9. You would get a copy of the approved dual compensation if job is in a different department. You would submit hiring documents through the eWizard process, and you would prepare and submit a job offer. This is the workflow for changes and terminations. The student must apply to the FWS opening. For an active employee, we have an additional appointment or job record. You need to complete the FWS authorization form, a copy of the approved dual compensation if in a different department, attach documents to the job offer, and prepare and submit the job offer. The next scenario is department transfer. You would complete the FWS authorization form and attach it to an e-path. The I-9, you would need to request a transfer. Then you would need a copy of the candidate's background check results if required and submit an e-path. For active employee records, the first scenario would be to change the rate of pay due to merit or increase in responsibilities. Add comments, submit e-path. Supervisory standard rate or location changes, you would submit an e-path. For terminations, you would terminate the I-9 and submit an e-path. The appointment matrix is a quick reference that allows you to determine the steps for each workflow. The appointment matrix continued. The FWS employee checklist for HR reps. This is the student's view of the wizard. Student view, part 2. Candidate completes each tab below and confirms information is accurate. Email confirmation that HR reps will receive once the student has completed the wizard. Authorization for employment, page 1 of 2. The following fields must be completed on the form: job opening ID, background check requirement for candidate, FSU department number, FSU supervisor info ID number, FSU supervisor name, department or agency name, department or agency contact person, department or agency contact person email and phone number, hourly rate of pay, weekly work hours, employment start date, job title, and job description. You must attach the authorization for employment to an e-path or job offer for processing. Authorization for employment, page 2 of 2. Terms and conditions. This is something new that we have added to the back of our authorization this year. It just is to inform the student and the supervisors of the terms of employment for work study. The student and the supervisor's signature is required on this form. eWizard Department Representative Portal. After you log in, paste the wizard number and submit. The wizard number is provided on the email from the student after the completion of the eWizard. Please upload the following required supplemental documents: Social Security card, notarized loyalty oath, authorization form, completed, nepotism form if required, background check results if required, dual compensation if required, other such documents as non-resident aliens, authorization granted documents, passport, visa, I-94, and etc. Confirmation that documents have been sent via eWizard. Email confirmation received when the eWizard has been finalized. I-9 process. I-9 information link, which is included. All Federal Work-Study students must complete an I-9. When must the Form I-9 be completed? After acceptance of their job offer. Section 1 must be completed no later than the first day of work for pay. Section 2, no later than the third business day employee starts work for pay. What is needed to complete the Form I-9? Original, authentic, unexpired, valid, and acceptable documents listed on the Section 2 of the Form I-9 page of this instructional website. Hire date. If the employee's hire date changes after the completion of the Form I-9, notify the I-9 administrator for the hire date to be amended on the I-9. I-9 process continued. Who acts as the employer or authorized agent to complete Section 2 of the Form I-9? All trained FSU department representatives who have access to the online I-9 software Guardian have the authority to complete Section 2 as the employer. I-9s completed on campus are done electronically using the Guardian system. If working remotely, authorization is given by the remote hire authorization agent form to public notaries or other universities' HR representatives to act as FSU authorized agent. I-9s completed remotely are completed electronically by Guardian. Please review the electronic remote I-9 process. To rehire. For more detailed instructions, follow the link provided. Creating a job offer from the advertised FWS job opening. The required role for this is the FSU_SS_manager. Please keep in mind that the job offer will be replacing the paper personnel action, a PPAP. That is one of the key components of adding this piece to our process that we hope is really going to help. Some of the other key points that you need to keep in mind is make sure that you submit the background check through the background check portal, if applicable, and check Omni to determine if the student has an active FWS record. If active FWS record, then submit an EPATH. If not, then the candidate must complete the FWS Wizard in addition to submitting the job offer. Once logged into Omni HR, select the Department Administrative page. Click the Recruiting tile. Click the Search Job Openings tab. Enter the desired job opening ID. Click the Search button. Click the desired job opening link. Click the Other Actions drop-down list across from the selected applicant's name, Other Actions. Click the Recruiting Actions drop-down list. Click Prepare View Job Offer. Begin on the Offer Details tab. Note, much of the data on the Offer Details page will populate from the job opening. Navigate to the Job Offer Components section. Click the component list. Click the Base Salary Offer Component List item. Enter appropriate hourly rate of pay, Currency should be USD. Select an hourly frequency. Navigate to the comments section. Enter the information pertaining to the applicant and/or job offer, such as employee ID number, if a previous employee, type of employee, new, rehire, or additional appointment, and the wizard number, etc. Then navigate to the FSU offer additional information section. If the candidate applied as an existing or former employee, the employee ID field and number will display at the top of this section. The job code will automatically populate from the job opening. The department will automatically populate from the job opening. The location code populates from the job opening. If needed, use the lookup button to search and select the desired location code. Enter the appropriate supervisor ID or use the lookup icon to search for the desired supervisor ID. Enter the appropriate mail code or use the lookup icon to search for the desired mail code. Enter the appropriate weekly standard hours. Click the U.S. citizen list. Select the appropriate answer which is indicated on the data entry worksheet. The appropriate employee class will automatically populate based on the selected job code. OPS for FWS job offers. The pre-manager approver field is optional. Use the lookup button to search and select the pre-manager approver if desired. The originator telephone will automatically populate. Enter the begin date. Start date should be 2 to 3 weeks out to allow time for approvals. Reference payroll deadlines for personnel actions. Enter the appropriate funding distribution information into the percentage of distribution field. Note, the total percentage of distribution must equal 100%. Enter the appropriate funding FWS combo budget code indicated on the FWS authorization form. The code must contain the letter O at the end of the budget code. Enter the appropriate funding end date. All FWS job offers must have a funding end date, which is normally the last day of the semester. Click the Calc Period Amount button to calculate the total budget amount. Click the Background Check tab. The level of background check required will auto-populate from the background check questionnaire on the job opening. Enter a description of duties for the appointment or state. Refer to job opening. Enter comments as needed. Confirm the budget manager and budget manager email is correct. Enter or look up a valid purchase order number and line number for the background check. The line number will generate based on purchase order selected. Question 1. Was the vacancy or position advertised outside of Omni? The answer to this will always be no for work study. For question 2, for selected positions, were applications, CVs, or resumes received outside of Omni? This will also be not applicable for all FWS job offers. Click Save as a Draft to save. After saving as a draft, edit document to add attachments. After you have submitted the job offer with attached authorization, a confirmation message pops up. Click the OK button. Navigate to the Approvals tab to review the status of the job offer in the workflow. To insert an additional approver, click the plus sign at the desired point, ensuring that the FWS recruiter is listed last. Approval goes to Department Manager, Background Check Approver, FWS Recruiter. Note, to check the status of the job offer, go to Recruiting, search job openings. Across from the candidate's name, click Other Actions, Recruiting Actions, Prepare or View Job Offer, and Approval tabs. To make edits, click Edit Offer and make the changes. Calc, period, amount, submit for approval. Congratulations, you have completed the job offer. How to determine if my work-study student is ready to begin working. Only allow the student to start working after verifying that they have been hired or appointed in the system by viewing the departmental active employee list, Omni job data, view student employee timesheet. EPATH. This is a sample of an EPATH that is used for continuing employees and changes only. Take note of the highlighted paperclip, view attachments. You will need to attach the completed authorization form when processing a continuing employee.
EPATH continued. Check the box that allows for gaps in funding dates. Fall 22 semester is 8/22/22 to 12/9 of 22. Spring of 2023 semester is 1/9 of 23 to 5/5 of 23. Please take note of the account codes. They are different for each type of work study. As you can see, we have regular FWS, which is the first one, which most on-campus students participate in. Then we have CLSP, which is our community service, which is performed off-campus. And then we have what is called FWEP, which is mainly used for on-campus tutoring positions.
Reminder, timesheets. Refer to the FSU payroll calendar to ensure submission by the last date of the pay period. This is subject to change during the holidays. Student may work up to a maximum of 28 hours weekly, Friday through Thursday, no exceptions. Student may only work up to the allotted award amount per semester. Award amounts do not roll over to the next semester. Have students enter hours worked daily in Omni self-service portal. Approve entered hours worked in Omni in a timely manner as to adhere to federal and HR guidelines. FWS terms and conditions. Student must have a valid FAFSA on file and have a completed financial aid file for the current award year. Student must be enrolled in at least 6 credit hours each semester to be employed under FWS. If the student withdraws from the university for the semester and/or academic year, the student is no longer eligible to be employed under their FWS position. Employment must cease from that point that the student withdraws. Student must have received an FWS award. The award amount is indicated per semester. The student can earn up to that amount for that semester. No student may earn more than his or her award per semester. Any remaining funds from the prior semester may not be carried into the next semester to be earned without obtaining prior permission from the Federal Work-Study Office and the Office of Financial Aid. The student should maintain records of his or her earnings. Once the student has exhausted his or her Federal Work-Study award, employment must cease. Students may be required to complete a background check based on the job descriptions and responsibilities before being hired. Student cannot start working until all hiring processes have been finalized and the student's timesheet is available on their MyFSU portal. Federal Work-Study employers must adhere to all university policies and procedures, included but not limited to sexual harassment and non-smoking campus policies. For more information on these and other policies, visit the Human Resource website, indicated here. Students may be required to undergo additional training related to these policies. Student must complete new employee orientation within 30 days of hire. Student may have more than one type of job on campus, example, FWS and OPS, but the combined hours appointed and worked cannot exceed 28 hours per week, Friday through Thursday. FWS terms and conditions continued. Student may not work more than one FWS job simultaneously. Student cannot work more than 28 hours per week, Friday through Thursday. Student must be provided with a current job description that clearly defines the student's duties. Student must arrange a mutually agreeable work schedule with his or her supervisor and adhere to it. Student must keep an accurate timesheet that is certified by his or her supervisor bi-weekly prior to the submission of payment. The required method for this is through the electronic timesheet in the online Omni HR system. Student will earn a bi-weekly paycheck through the FSU HR payroll system. Some departments and agencies may require a student to work during evenings, weekends, or on holidays, so that services may continue uninterrupted. This exception will be made clear during the interview and hiring process. Dress code will be established by the department or agency supervisor. Supervisors must accommodate the student's study exam schedule during midterms and finals. Students are not authorized to work during scheduled class times, including online class or exam times, even if class is canceled. Student must provide prior notification to supervisor of inability to report for scheduled work hours. Student must provide a 5-day prior notice in writing before resigning from a position. Supervisors must also provide a 5-day prior notice to the student for termination for reasons other than exhaustion of FWS funds. Student responsibilities. Arrest notification policy. Reminder, all current A&P, USPS, and OPS, including graduate students, postdoctoral students, and federal work-study students. Employees must inform their supervisor within 2 business days if arrested for any felonies or first-degree misdemeanors, or the equivalent therefor in another state. The employee must also notify their supervisor of the final disposition of their case within 2 business days. In both circumstances, the supervisor must immediately consult with Employee and Labor Relations in the Office of Human Resources to determine if the offense is job-related and for additional guidance. Supervisor responsibilities. Provide a clear expectation to the student, such as dress code, responsibilities, agreed upon schedule, daily tasks and assignments. Verify the student's schedule does not overlap with class schedule. Must verify to maintain federal compliance. Student must not work during scheduled class times, including online classes, even if canceled. Verify and approve time worked by HR payroll deadlines. Keep track of hours worked and award earned by FWS BI dashboard. Not to exceed 28 hours a week or the allotted award per semester. Separation checklist. To be completed by the student and department. Maintain checklists within your department.
Important upcoming dates for Federal Work Study. Fall semester. Action deadline date is August 5th of 2022. Returning students / new hire students need to be completely processed to ensure an active start date of 8/22/22, which is the first day of class. Students cannot work until their federal work study appointment has been processed by the FWS office. If not submitted by the priority deadline date of August 5th, 2022, then the appointment should be processed for the first day of the next pay period. See payroll deadlines for personnel actions on HR's website at the link below. Please allow 5 to 7 days after submitting your ePath or electronic job offer for processing. Completion times may vary depending on volume. Future enhancements. Recruiting additional departments to hire FWS students on and off campus. The integration of smart onboarding.
Contact information. Below is the contact information for myself and Jean. We are available to help with any questions or concerns you may have. Please do not hesitate to reach out to us.